I looked on the website. You work for Family Institute of Connecticut, correct? Is that correct? Okay. And I clicked on abortion, and it says right there very clearly, we're against abortion, period. Yeah. And I appreciate that. I think like that's fair. You know, you're laying it right out there to start. Would you have an objection to any of the crisis pregnancy centers that have the same point of view? I think that's what I'm looking for. Just to state it as
they're already doing that, though.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Just as plainly and as clearly as your organization does. Fair enough. Because you said something at the beginning that said when women contact a pregnancy center that they've made their choice. So I think that there's a difference between. Yeah. So I think that there's a difference between.
They made their choice to visit the center.
Okay. Oh, okay. I misunderstood.
They've not made their choice what they're going to do with their baby to visit the center.
Thank you for clarifying that for me. I was thinking the other, and I thought I agree with you. Like if I've made my choice and I want support to continue my pregnancy, then I think that they can offer incredible supports. And contrary to what you've been saying, I am a pro-choice person, and I do appreciate the services that they offer. And I think in the same regard, if they say clearly, and I think it's fair enough, that they don't support abortion, they don't, that's their stance, then just being clear about that allows a woman to know where they're going and for what. Or if they even want to say, that we don't support abortion and we'd like to speak to you as to why, we would rather support your pregnancy. We're just saying, like, be clear about it.
So what I would say is this. You have to understand that we're talking about two different types of organizations. So NARAL is a pro-choice advocacy group, and that's, I think, how they would describe themselves fairly. Family Institute of Connecticut is an advocacy group, not just for pro-life stuff. We deal with assisted suicide, legalizing marijuana we oppose, casinos, homeschooling.
Yeah, I saw that. You have a lot.
That, right? So we're an advocacy group, just like NARAL is an advocacy group.
Right.
Pregnancy centers are not. Planned Parenthood, well, they have an arm, of advocacy and politics, but pregnancy centers aren't. They've been brought into politics, especially in Connecticut, because of this legislation. So you can't ask them to have the same rules apply as the FIC, but they do have disclaimers that say they don't perform or refer for abortion. So
some of them do, but not all of them do. But you're right, some of them do, and we support them for doing that. And I guess that's just my question. Like, do you have a problem if they're clear to say, exactly where they stand? Like, we don't support it, but we'd like to talk to you about it. Or,
I think that they honestly are being clear. I go back to what Destiny testified, I thought was so powerful, that, she could tell the difference between, going into abortion clinic and going into a pregnancy center. And so I don't think that we should minimize the ability for women to be able to tell the difference, or even dismiss the reality that even if a woman doesn't see the website, I mean, we are in a pandemic right now, so I really don't know who's doing walk-ins. I would hope that people are not doing walk-ins. I would hope that they are at least calling. I mean, I'll be real with you. I don't even do walk-ins for restaurants, and I don't even do websites for restaurants in the pandemic. I'm calling them on the phone. Hey, are you open? What's your hours? So I would hope that.
And I think if someone calls and they're getting honest information,
they should say we don't perform or refer for abortions. I know I've always said that.
But I'm going to tell you that I know that there are some places that are not giving that kind of information.
Which centers do you know?
This morning someone testified and said, why would a business, I wrote it down because I found it interesting. Why would a business advertise what they don't do? When they were asked about.
It comes down to which centers, because otherwise it's all hearsay. Like, if you could tell me, I know.
And I can go back and look at my notes. This is somebody who testified this morning, who runs a center. And they said, when asked about why don't you tell people, they say, why would we advertise something that we don't do?
Well,
so
who said it?
I'm not saying that, I think there are really good places that support women and want to be honest about it. And I applaud that, because truly I am a pro-choice person. But at the same time, I don't know that everybody's doing that. And I think that's what this legislation is trying to get to.
issue
I
is
think we're
that
gonna have
we
to
know it's
agree
not
to
enough. Like
We'll
the
have
center.
to agree to disagree, I think, you
Well,
and I.
I guess my last sentence will be that
Okay.
if that's really what it was all about, that would be one thing. But then we know, like ABC Women's Center, for example, and with all due respect to you, Senator Abrams, I've been here for a few years, and so I was there when you went on ABC Women's Center's website during a hearing, and you pulled it up and you said, "I don't see the disclaimer." This is what you said. I don't see the disclaimer, if you remember this, for ABC Women's Center. And a couple of your colleagues said it is there. It's near the bottom of the page. Then I remember that moment, and so does Molly Hurtado, who is the former director of ABC Women's Center, because of what you said, that you didn't feel it was in the right position. She moved that higher up on the page because you said, I don't feel like this is in the right position. It should be higher up. But when she did that, when news media came to the Capitol to interview people about the bill, some legislators, Representative Liz Lennon, for example, was one of them, who said, when they asked which clinics are fake, what they said was, well, we know that ever since this whole thing has started, people are changing their websites. And so we can't win. So if you're just saying it's all about clearness and just, have a statement that says you don't do abortions, ABC has had a statement, and that's never been enough. Like, it wasn't enough for you. You wanted it higher. Then Molly moves it higher. And then, okay, now she moved it higher, and it's proof that, like, we're deceiving people. We're trying to change things. Like,
I've never accused them individually of that, and I wouldn't until I
other people.
But I will. So I will say that we'll have to agree to disagree on that. But
okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, Ms. Bennett. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.